why the poor stay poor, and how to break the cycle. Being poor is expensive. Not just because you have less money, but because every mistake costs more. A flat tire becomes a loan, a late payment becomes another fee, a medical bill turns into your soft debt, and one unexpected expense can erase months of hard work overnight. It's one of the harshest realities about money. The less you have, the more expensive life becomes. But that's only part of the story. When people talk about poverty, they often look for one simple explanation. Some blame laziness, others blame the economy. The truth is far more complicated. People struggle financially for countless reasons: low wages, bad luck, illness, family responsibilities, a lack of opportunity. Circumstances they never chose. Poverty is not a character flaw, and wealth is not proof that someone is smarter or more deserving. But while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can learn to recognize the habits that quietly keep us stuck. Today, we're going to look at 7 of those habits, not to judge, not to shame, but to understand how small decisions, repeated over months and years, can completely change the direction of a life. Because escaping financial struggle rarely happens all at once. It happens one choice at a time. 1. Survival mode keeps you trapped. Imagine waking up every morning wondering whether you'll have enough money to pay rent, or whether your bank account will last until payday. When that's your reality, you don't spend much time thinking about investing or retirement. You're thinking about today. You're thinking about getting through the week. Financial stress changes the way the brain works. Every bill feels urgent. Every problem demands immediate attention. And when everything feels like an emergency, long-term planning almost disappears. That's why advice like, just invest your money, or start buying assets, often misses the point. Before you can build wealth, you need stability. Before you can think about the future, you need enough breathing room to survive the present. That first goal isn't becoming rich, it's creating margin. Even a small emergency fund can completely change the way you make decisions. Instead of reacting out of fear, you begin responding with patience. A $500 cushion won't solve every problem, but it might stop a flat tire from becoming high-interest debt. It might stop one emergency from turning into 3. We often think wealth begins with investments. In reality, it begins with breathing room. 2. Debt quietly steal tomorrow. Debt rarely feels dangerous in the beginning. In fact, it usually feels like relief. You get the car today, the phone today, the furniture today, the vacation today, and the bill? That comes later. At first, those monthly payments don't seem like much. But then payday arrives. Part of your paycheck goes to the credit card. Another part goes to the car loan. Another disappears into interest. You worked all week, yet much of your money already belongs to someone else. That's the quiet danger of consumer debt. It doesn't just take your money, it takes your future income. Every payment is a promise your future self has to keep. Not all debt is bad. Borrowing to build a business, buy a home responsibly, or invest in education can sometimes create opportunities. But high-interest consumer debt does the opposite. While investments compound in your favor, credit card interest compounds against you. And it does so whether you're paying attention or not. Escaping that cycle doesn't require some dramatic overnight transformation. It starts with one honest look at your finances. Know exactly what you owe. Stop creating new debt whenever possible. Then attack one balance at a time. Freedom is rarely won in one big moment. It's earned through hundreds of quiet victories that nobody else ever sees. Looking rich is not the same as becoming rich. Modern life makes it incredibly easy to confuse appearance with success. A luxury car, a designer watch, a bigger house. Perfect vacation photos. Social media constantly tells us these things represent wealth, but often they represent payments. There's a huge difference between owning expensive things and owning valuable assets. One attracts attention, the other creates freedom. Many people spend years trying to look successful. The truly wealthy often spend years becoming successful instead. That usually looks much less exciting. Driving a reliable car long after you can afford something newer. Living below your means while everyone else upgrades. Saying no to purchases that nobody would question. Those decisions rarely earn applause. In fact, people may underestimate you, and that's okay, because financial freedom isn't built by impressing strangers. It's built by quietly making decisions your future self will thank you for. The goal isn't to look wealthy. The goal is to become financially difficult to break. 4. Cutting expenses has limits. Growing your income doesn't saving money matters. You should avoid waste. You should spend intentionally. But eventually, there's nothing left to cut. You can cancel subscriptions, cook every meal at home, delay buying new clothes, shop sales. Eventually, you reach a limit. Income is different. Your ability to earn can continue growing for decades. One valuable skill can completely change your financial future. Learning to sell, write, negotiate, manage people. Design, code, repair, communicate. These aren't just skills. They're tools that make you more valuable. And in almost every economy, people who solve valuable problems get rewarded. But here's where many people get stuck. They confuse learning with improving. They buy another course, another book, another productivity app, another notebook filled with plans. Knowledge feels productive. Action creates results. Instead of trying to master everything, pick one skill, practice it consistently, use it in the real world. Make mistakes, improve, then repeat, because your greatest financial asset probably isn't sitting in your bank account. It's the value you can create for other people. 5. Motivation fades. Systems last. We've all had that moment. You watch an inspiring video. You promise yourself that this time will be different. You create a budget, download a finance app, open a savings account. Maybe you even stick with it for a week or two. Then life happens. You get busy. A surprise expense comes up. You lose momentum. And before long, you're right back where you started. The problem isn't that you lacked motivation. The problem is that motivation was doing all the work. The people who build lasting wealth don't rely on feeling inspired every day. They build systems that keep working, even when they don't feel like it. They automate their savings. Their bills are paid automatically. A portion of every paycheck is invested before they have the chance to spend it. They make good financial decisions by default, not because they have endless discipline. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably don't wake up every morning feeling motivated to do it. You simply do it because it's part of your routine. Money works the same way. The less you have to rely on willpower, the more likely you are to succeed. Good systems remove temptation before temptation ever shows up, because in the end, your financial future isn't determined by your best day. It's shaped by your ordinary ones. 6. Your environment quietly shapes your decisions. Whether we realize it or not, we become like the people around us. If everyone in your circle spends every paycheck, it starts to feel normal. If everyone upgrades their car every few years, keeping yours suddenly feels like falling behind. If everyone jokes about being broke, you may begin believing that's simply how life is supposed to be. Most people don't make financial decisions in isolation. They make them to fit in, to avoid standing out, to feel accepted. That's human nature. But if you're trying to build wealth, you have to be careful about what becomes normal. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life. It means becoming intentional about the voices you allow to influence you. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to people who have built the kind of life you want. Spend time around those who value patience over status, discipline over appearances, and freedom over short-term pleasure. Your environment is always teaching you something. The question is it teaching you the habits that move you forward or the habits that quietly hold you back? 7. Stop waiting for the perfect time. This may be the most common financial mistake of all. People tell themselves they'll start saving when they earn more. They'll invest when the market feels safer. They'll launch the business when life gets less busy. They'll learn a new skill when they finally have enough time. But somehow, that day never comes. There will always be another bill, another responsibility, another excuse. Waiting feels safe, but waiting has a cost. Every month you delay investing is another month compound growth isn't working for you. Every year you postpone learning a valuable skill is another year your income stays where it is. The people who make the biggest financial progress aren't always the smartest. They're often just the ones who started before they felt ready. They understood something simple. Progress beats perfection. A small investment made today is worth more than the perfect investment made years from now. One extra payment toward your debt matters. Saving your first $100 matters. Reading one chapter matters. Practicing a skill for 30 minutes matters. None of these actions will change your life overnight, but repeated often enough, they'll change your future completely. A single drop of water seems insignificant, yet over time, it can carve through solid rock. Small actions become powerful when they're repeated consistently. Closing reflection people often imagine wealth as one lucky break, a winning investment, a successful business, a sudden promotion. Sometimes those things happen, but for most people, wealth is much quieter than that. It's spending less than you earn. It's building an emergency fund before buying something new. It's paying off debt instead of adding to it. It's investing consistently, even when the amounts feel small. It's learning skills that make your time more valuable. And when your income finally grows, it's resisting the temptation to let every expense grow with it. None of these choices are exciting. Most of them will never be seen by anyone else. No one applauds the vacation you didn't take. No one notices the purchase you decided not to make. No one celebrates the debt you quietly paid off. But these invisible decisions are often the ones that change a family's future. The Stoics believe that peace comes from focusing on what you can control. The economy isn't always under your control. Inflation isn't. Unexpected hardship isn't. But your habits are. Your choices are. Your willingness to keep learning is. You may not control where you started, but you have far more influence over where you finish than you think. Maybe you're starting with debt. Maybe you're starting later than everyone else. Maybe you're starting with almost nothing. Start anyway, because the first sign of wealth isn't a luxury car or a large investment portfolio. It's something much simpler. It's control. Control over your spending. Control over your emotions. Control over your decisions. And that kind of wealth is built quietly, one habit, one choice, and one day at a time. If this perspective challenged the way you think about money, consider subscribing. Here, we explore the psychology of wealth, timeless financial principles, and the habits that create lasting freedom, not overnight success. Because building wealth isn't about getting lucky. It's about becoming the kind of person who makes better decisions, one day at a time.